Chris and his dad talk about sports.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Chris and his dad show. Back again, this time for week 5 of the NFL season. And Dad, you're gonna have to really take over the show today because I have a bit of a cough.
That is not a good idea. Then we should have just canceled it.
That's why I have a bit of a cough. But it is a great day to be a New York sports fan because Aaron Judge finally did it. He finally hit the thing. I mean, you could just see how relieved he was when he hit that 60-second home.
Apparently, is already a millionaire, so
really?
I'm not quite sure what he's going to do with the ball. He might just keep it. Or
yeah, it might just. I mean, I would personally, if you're worth that much money, maybe ask for something.
His wife's a correspondent on ESPN.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know, like, is she a top high up?
I've never heard of her before, but she's got the little blue check mark on Twitter.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's funny how things work sometimes, right?
Fun fact for you.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I knew he was a vice president of some billion-dollar company.
Yeah. He's got plenty of money, apparently. But if you saw that catch, the thing that bothered me was, like, he caught it. Nobody even tried to, like, block him or you know, in the Bronx, that guy would have been killed. I mean, think about it. That ball coming in the Bronx, you're not going to catch it that easily and just jump up and down. There's going to be a pile of people on you.
Yeah, I would have tackled the guy.
Yeah, please. The first guy who catches it in the Bronx is not the guy who walks away with the ball. That I can tell you. It's like the 5th guy who touches it, he might get the ball.
If he's lucky.
Let's get to football.
Yeah, let's get to football. So we had a big week last week in week 4, and then we have a big week coming up. Just a couple games to talk about. The London game, the Vikings and the Saints. That was a really good football game, 28-25. Game-winning field goal. Right there for the Vikings. Wait, trying to turn this music down a little.
Well, the NFL music.
You want the NFL music? Well,
I can't do this with soprano music.
And anyways, the Giants had a big win, 20-12 over the Chicago Bears. Saquon looked pretty good out there. Eagles and Jaguars had a very good game. Jags were up 14-0 in the first quarter, and then 20 unanswered points from the Eagles propelled them to a victory. Bills came back against the Ravens to have a 3-point narrow win right there. Another good one was the Packers and the Patriots. Mac Jones is out with an ankle injury. Bailey Zappi comes in after Brian Hoyer goes down. Bailey Zappi, a rookie, he led college football in every single statistical stat last year at Western Kentucky, something most people don't know. I knew about this guy because I saw him on every single Instagram post possible about passing yard leaders last year in college football. He almost led him to a win. He didn't throw the ball much. Run-heavy game for the Patriots. It went to overtime, 27-24 in favor of the Packers. And then finally, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers, a game I actually didn't watch much of, unfortunately, but it was 41-31, an absolute thriller. And then last night, Niners, and this is in week 5, this is still in week 4.
Week 4.
Niners,
recap.
Yeah, Niners killed the Rams.
Yeah.
24-9. Deebo Samuel had a heck of a game. I don't know if you saw the play, but Deebo Samuel went around, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 guys to take it back to a touchdown. Deebo, it takes more than one guy to knock him down. It was a great game from him, and a great game from the San Francisco 49ers. A statement win for them.
Yeah, definitely. I was happy to see the Rams lose.
Yeah, and I was happy to see the Niners win. As you guys know, and you watched the show now for 2 seasons. You guys know I'm a big Jimmy Garoppolo believer.
I don't
and you know my dad is not.
That.
It's something we always argue about over the test of time.
I just don't think he's that good. He's average.
He's good enough to lead a team to the NFC Championship and a Super Bowl, though. That's the fact.
How'd they do?
That's a fact. Not good. And I'm not going to say he's going to be the best guy in the NFL. I'm not saying he's a top quarterback. I'm just saying, though, he's much better than people give him credit for. Much better.
You talk about him like he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. Whatever. I said he's much better than people give him credit for. That. Is that a Hall of Fame talk right there?
Let's talk about our guest this week.
Let's talk about our guest. So we're going to jump straight into a game where he's a Colts legend. A Colts legend. And the Colts are playing the Broncos.
When you think Peyton Manning, who do you think of his center was all those years?
Jeff Sunday? Jeff
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, Jeff Saturday is joining the show today, and he's some words.
He's going to give us one pick.
He's got some words about that Colts-Broncos game, and he was a Colt. Maybe he's a little biased, but let's cue what...
Want to go right to it?
Yeah, let's go right to it. Let's see what Jeff has to say about this Colts versus Broncos game.
Colts-Broncos. I'm actually going to pick the Colts in an upset. I know that sounds like a homer, but I think that the Colts are going to find their way back. I think that the defense will play better, and I think the offense will stop turning it over, man. They've been killing themselves. So get back a little bit better of a running game. I'm hoping that this is all with the caveat that Taylor plays with this toe. So if Taylor doesn't play, all bets off for me. But anyway, man.
Yeah, so Jeff Saturday has the Colts with Jonathan Taylor, but without Jonathan Taylor, he doesn't see this as much of a contest, and he thinks the Broncos are going to win.
He says all bets are off, then,
Yeah, all bets are off, and Jonathan Taylor is not playing, which is huge. It was awful for my fantasy team last week. Jonathan Taylor...
How does Jeff Saturday not know that?
I think he made it before the news came out. The news came out, right after he...
When did you interview him? Yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday during the afternoon, and then today... I don't know if the news came out yesterday or today, because I knew he was questionable.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Jonathan Taylor is out with an ankle injury. He hasn't been playing well this season after getting 20 rushing touchdowns last year, leading the NFL. He was probably the best running back in the NFL last year. He was a tank. He was unstoppable. He was a brute force in nature. All of a sudden, he's doing not good this year. And the whole Colts team, they're not doing well. They're 1-2-1. They're coming off of a 7-point loss to the Titans. The craziest game to me of the year is the fact that the Colts beat the Chiefs. I don't know how that happened. That's just one of those games where you just go, how on earth did that happen?
Scratch your head. Yeah.
Yeah, you scratch your head.
So let's go through it. And then at the end, maybe Jeff Saturday can tell us what he thinks about the show.
Yeah, for sure. So I have in this game... Broncos, they're in deep water right now. I'm just not a big Bronco guy. I'm not riding with the Broncos. I like the Colts. I'm going to go the Colts.
I'm going to go with the desperate team. Broncos over the Colts. I'll tell you why. Broncos lost to the Raiders last week. They did lose their running back, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, Javonte Williams.
He's out for the season.
ACL injury. That's huge.
Out for the season. But... I think Russell Williams will beat the Colts and that weak backfield of theirs, and I think he'll exploit it. And I'm looking for the Broncos to beat the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of to me of a toss-up of a game. I think both teams are really in...
Who are you picking?
I already said the Colts.
All right. I'm annoying you already?
Yeah, very annoying. Giants at Packers. Giants are going to Lambeau. Let's see. What are you thinking about this game?
I hate to tell you this. I'm a huge Giants fan, as you know.
Wow, you are. That's breaking news.
And I
Giants
think
fan. Never knew that.
I think it's going to be really tough to play up in Lambeau for Daniel Jones and the Giants. Saquon's having obviously a really good start to the year. But as a Giants fan, I'm just waiting for something to go wrong, It started with Shepard being out now for the rest of the year with an ACL. So I'm going to pick the Packers. I think it's a tough game for the Giants to win. You're asking too much for them. They're still rebuilding as they have been for the last 8 years, 10 years. And
ever since they won the Super Bowl.
I got to be honest here. I really think Aaron Rodgers is going to be too much for the Giants' backfield.
Do you know what time it is?
What time?
It's time for Chris's upset of the week. In my upset of the week, I have a team in the Green Bay Packers, a team that is allowing 5 yards, just about 5 yards per rush this season. One of the worst in the NFL against the rushing attack. And there's a team with a very potent rushing attack this year. A team by the name of the New York Football Giants with Saquon Barkley being back to his old Saquon self, and it's lovely to see. And... Sorry, I muted you.
Yeah, you muted me.
I didn't want you to talk. So I can't wait to watch this game and watch Saquon rip this Green Bay Packers defense to shreds. The Green Bay Packers are a team that almost lost to Bailey Zappi, a rookie quarterback who has never played. And guess what? The Patriots almost beat the Packers by rushing the ball. And it came down to, honestly, the inexperience of this Patriots team. The Giants have more experience. I like what I've seen out of Daniel Jones this season. People hate on him. He hasn't had much help around him.
Listen, the Giants' offensive coordinator has done a very nice job with the Giants. Having him swing out, he's doing a lot of running.
Dable, excuse me, I always do that.
God.
The new head coach of the Buffalo, he was from the Buffalo Bills. I'm all over the place. So here's the thing.
No more NyQuil for you.
Yeah, really. I took like 5 shots of Dayquil before this.
All right, let's move on.
Can I talk? Can I talk? Josh Allen, you know that guy, the MVP?
Yeah,
Josh Allen was one of the worst passers in the NFL when he came in as a rookie, one of the most inaccurate. All of a sudden, he's an MVP candidate now. Why? Brian Dable.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Dable. Learn it, would you? Jeez, spell it out.
D-A-B. That's Dab. Dab. Anyways, Detroit Lions now at the New England Patriots. I think this Lions offense is super explosive. Jared Goff's doing really well, but their defense is just awful. It's just atrocious.
They are bad.
I think this will be a shootout.
Dan Campbell.
I'm going to go, let me see here. I'm going to go 34-31 in favor of the Patriots.
Okay. I'm going to say the Pats win big. They're going to win by, I don't know, 10 points, 10, 14 points. Is that big?
Yeah, it's big. It's huge. It's
This
huge.
is the way I look at it. You got Belichick versus Campbell.
It looks like Mac Jones might be out, though.
Mac Jones is out, probably. Yeah.
But then again, the Patriots are just going to do what they did last week. They're going to rush the ball and shove it down the Lions' throats. I don't think the Lions can really defend that. The Lions' defense is awful. And meanwhile, the funny thing is their offense is one of the best in the NFL. It's not like they're not scoring points.
Belichick's going to make Jared Goff uncomfortable. You know that. He's gonna throw a lot of tricks in there, and he's gonna make him uncomfortable. He's gonna get him off balance. So you're gonna see Goff. They're not gonna have as good of a production on offense this week.
Alrighty,
let's go to the next one.
Well, let's go to the next one here. The next one is the Chargers at the Cleveland Browns. I mean, this is a game between two teams who I think will be in a game where the Chargers will dominate. I think the Chargers are going to win this one. They're going to win it big. The Browns are 2-2, a really weird team. Their 2 losses have been by 3 points and 1 point, but they've really faced nobodies up to this point. Chargers.
You're picking the Chargers. I think Chargers are such a dangerous team to root for, or to bet on at least. If you're a betting guy out there, do not bet on the Chargers.
Got the 3rd best offense in the NFL right now, and then their loss to the Chiefs was by 3 points. They lost by 3 to the Chiefs. They just had a dud of a game against the Jags. They really should be 3-1 right now. They could very well be 3-1 right now. I'm going to Jaguar. I'm going to Chargers. Not even.
This
close.
is my upset of the week. I'm going to go with the Browns.
Wow.
How do you like that? How do you like them apples? Well, Joey Bosa's out. He's hurt.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? They're gonna win. It's the Browns. You can never.
Jacoby Brissett.
Something I've learned over the past couple of years: never pick the Browns. They're just going to disappoint you.
Never picked the Chargers. Two disappointing teams.
Right, the 2 disappointing teams.
But I'm going with Browns. You're going with Chargers. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, well, we've talked about the Jags a bit, and the Texans are going down to Duval, down to Jacksonville, where they're going to play the Jaguars. Texans have the worst defense in the NFL statistically. The Jaguars, they've shown flashes. I think they've really turned it up this year.
Well, Jaguars got a good front 7 too.
Yeah, they've done a lot better this year. And Doug Peterson's a really good coach. To me, I'm going to Jags.
He's a good coach.
I'm going to Jags in this game by, I would say, I want to go 13 points in favor of the Jags. Maybe give me like a 23-10 game.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So we're both on the same page.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of boring.
Let's move on. Falcons versus I'm going to stay in Florida. Falcons at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers coming off of they lost to the Chiefs.
Falcons and the Buccaneers. I think this is kind of like the rubber band game. You're going to see the Bucs snap back. I mean, Brady's pissed off. They've lost.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you got divorced.
And I think he's happy about that.
Gosh. I don't like putting personal lives into this.
I think the Buccaneers are going to win this game big. This is not even going to be.
Yeah.
This is an easy one. This is a good one to bet on. Buccaneers had a really tough opening schedule. Their first 4 games.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to see them come out hard. They're going to They're going to beat the Falcons big.
Yeah, I think that, to me, it's not really much of a question. Falcons, just good luck out there. Just don't lose by too much. That's all I can say to the Atlanta Falcons.
28-3. 28-3. Remember that?
Yeah, they have nightmares when they see Tom Brady. All right, so let's go now to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. This is a pretty interesting game now that Kenny Pickett's in town. Kenny Pickett played against the Jets. They lost. He threw 3 interceptions, but he looked really promising. And the 3 interceptions, 2 of them weren't his fault. 2 of them bounced off of the receiver's hands. The other one, who's to judge, right? Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, but at the same time, it was still unlucky. So he's the main guy now, and can he start off his era strong and go to Buffalo, and go to Bills Mafia and win?
No.
You don't think?
No, I know for a fact.
Well, guess what?
This is a fact.
Guess what?
What?
I don't think so either. I think the Buffalo Bills are winning this game by a lot.
The Bills are going to win this game. And when you're a rookie quarterback, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make those stupid throws. You're going to give up some interceptions for the most part, and it's a learning experience.
Why
don't you have water?
My issue is with the Kenny Pickett doubters. They always say he's the most pro-ready quarterback in the NFL draft this past year. He's the most pro-ready. And then as soon as we talk about putting Kenny Pickett in, and Steelers fans are like, maybe we should put in Kenny, they're like, no, he's not ready. It contradicts. It's contradicting statements. He's the most pro-ready. Don't put him in. He's not ready. It's one or the other. Choose your character. To me, he's
who's saying this? Where are you?
Oh my gosh, go online. Just everybody say that.
Well, listen, he's a rookie quarterback, and rookie quarterbacks usually play like rookie quarterbacks, and he needs to play though. He needs to get the experience. Mike Tomlin's going to have his first losing season.
I'm done talking about the hometown hero. Let's go to the Miami Dolphins at the Jets, and let's talk a bit about Tua real quick.
This is a fun game, man. I like the Dolphins-Jets games.
This Tua injury, what are you thinking? Do you think he should have even played this game and come back after getting a concussion the game prior?
You mean 4 days earlier when he got up and he collapsed, but he said it was his back?
Mm-hmm.
I like how the music just stopped. Is it over?
No.
No, obviously he shouldn't have played, but I actually am one of the few people who, I haven't heard anybody else say this at least, that injury he got in the last one he got where he had to be taken off on a stretcher, I think that would have happened even if he had 3 weeks rest before that. Did you see how hard he slammed his head into the ground?
Yeah, really hard.
So, it's a shame that he got a concussion on top of a concussion, but no matter what, he was, he got swung around and he went the back of his head hard against the turf. So
he had a brainstem injury, as you could tell, because his hands wouldn't move. He was paralyzed for like a couple seconds.
Posturing, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Or fencing, they call it. So, I don't think Tua's going to play the rest of this season.
Really?
Yeah, I think the
Dolphins
he'll be back. No way. The Dolphins have to be very careful. They really screwed that up.
Mm-hmm. It's the NFL, too.
Having said that, Teddy Bridgewater.
I like this Dolphins team, though, because they're really explosive. They have Jalen Waddle. They have Tyreek Hill. And their coach. I love their coach, Mike McDaniels. I'm going the Dolphins in this game. I don't care. I'm done with the Jets. I don't know if Jake Patil is watching this, but I was rooting for the Jets, but they just backstabbed me. As soon as I post on Instagram that the Jets are going to win, they lose. And they lose by a lot, and it wasn't even close against the Bengals. So, I'm done with the Jets. The Jets can go suck a fat one. I'm going the Miami Dolphins.
All right. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I agree with you on that one, only because they're playing the Jets.
Yeah, well, now let's go to my favorite team. Not the Bears, but it's the Bears playing the Vikings. The Bears. I'm a big Vikings guy. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think the Vikings are going to kill the Bears. The Bears are not a good team. They just lost to the Giants. Mm-hmm. I saw nothing out of the Bears, really. They're a little below average, and the Vikings have shown.
The Vikings have beaten the Packers. They just had one tough loss against the Eagles, and then they also beat the Saints, obviously, in a great game. And the Saints are an okay team right there, and it was a good game from both sides. I like the risky play calling, too, the fake punt when they threw it, and then they converted on that. That was really cool.
I agree with you on the Vikings. This year, you had said in the beginning that you thought the Vikings were going to have a big season, and Kirk Cousins was going to have a big season.
They're winning games right now.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that. They're winning football games, and at the end of the day,
there's a chance for them to go 4-1.
Yeah, that's what matters. So let's see if the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to win this game.
I think it's a lock.
Just put it this way: the Bears played awful against the Giants.
Not awful, but they didn't play well.
No,
Giants beat them.
Yeah, let's go. Titans at Commanders. To me, this is an interesting game because
it is.
Both teams are kind of just iffy this year. I'm not a big Titans guy this year. They're coming off, I think, they won last week, right?
Well, Titans are very unpredictable. They've lost to the Giants and the Bills, but they've beaten the Raiders and the Colts. So you never really know what you're going to get with the Titans. Unpredictable team. The Redskins have Carson Wentz and play well at home. He plays well at home usually. So I'm going to go with the... Should I go with the Redskins?
I mean, it's not the Redskins, it's the Commanders, but yeah, you should go with them.
I can't call them the Commanders. I just find that to be...
All right, well, then go with DC. You're going with Commanders?
I'm going to go with the Redskins.
Oof. I don't like either.
They were the Redskins for 50 years of my life. Now all of a sudden they're the Commanders.
I don't like either of these teams. I'm not even going to comment on anything.
What do you mean you're not going to comment? You got to make a pick, Chris. Come on.
No, unlike what you said. I just give me the Titans just because I don't want to choose the same team as you.
Okay.
The Seahawks at the Saints. This is a good one. This is a great one. This is a game I will not watch, actually. I'm going to Saints, and it's not even close.
I totally disagree with you on this one. Totally disagree. The Seahawks are going to beat them. Geno Smith has been playing much better than everybody predicted. Pete Carroll is having a very good year coaching. Okay. I think the Seahawks are going to win this game. Pete Carroll might be the coach of the year.
What? Yeah, coach of the year?
I might be going too far in that.
Coach of the year? Yeah, a little too far.
A little something.
I think they're an okay team, the Seahawks. But we were just talking about how good the Vikings are, and the Saints almost beat the Vikings. So I'm gonna leave it at that. The only thing I could see happening is the traveling issue from London all the way back hurting the Saints.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
it's really not that far, though, is it?
7 hours.
Oh, that people do that. Yeah, that's not too bad.
All right, well. All right.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, eh? It's crazy, isn't it?
So you're picking the Saints. I'm picking the Seahawks.
Yeah.
We got a lot of differences this week.
We do. Now let's go Philadelphia Eagles at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals have the lowest number. This is just a fun fact here. Lowest number of sacks in the NFL.
This is a great game.
And I think this is the game of the week.
I want to see this game.
And getting to Jalen Hurts is going to be vital, which I don't think they're going to be able to do. Eagles, meanwhile, they've been balling out this year. They've done really well. And what I like about the Eagles is just how versatile they are on offense. Because all the weapons they have. You have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You have Quez Watkins, who's not been utilized too much, only because of the superstars on that team. And then Dallas Goedert, their tight end. And then on top of that, on Jalen Hurts, on top of that, you have Miles Sanders, who's been one of the best running backs in the NFL this year.
So you're going with the Eagles?
I am going with the Philadelphia Eagles away from home, taking out a W.
All right, so we disagree again. I think the Cardinals have kind of won me over this year. I think Kyler Murray is going to create a whole host of problems for the defense on the Eagles. The fact that guy can scramble like he does. So I'm going with the Cardinals at home against the Eagles for the upset.
Wow. I know you're a Cardinals guy.
The Eagles are due for a loss, too.
Are they? Are they really?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going... Let's go next game now. Cowboys at Rams. This is an interesting one. Cooper Rush hasn't been too bad. And the Rams are coming off of a tough loss against the Niners. But that was a divisional game. The teams know each other really well. What are you thinking in this game? You probably know better than me.
Why do I know better than you, Chris?
You just seem to sometimes. You seem to.
Last week, I had a really bad record. Apparently, I was like 4-10. So I'm going to go with the Rams on this game. Right. I do think the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys.
You're going to go with the Rams?
Yeah.
Listen, this may come as a shocking thought. I really like Cooper Kupp, like the Rams' defense, but I think it's time to be a little different. It's away from home.
What about CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb is huge. By the way, CeeDee Lamb on my fantasy team has been doing really well for me. So you know what? Thanks for pointing that out. I'm going to go Cowboys.
You're going to go Cowboys. Yeah. I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp and the Rams.
I love Kupp.
And I think the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys by 10 points.
All right, now Bengals.
Please don't put the helmet on again.
Bengals at Ravens. By the way, Lamar Jackson has been having an MVP caliber year, but no one's going to talk about it because he's Lamar Jackson. And meanwhile, the Bengals have all of a sudden turned up, and after having an awful start to the season, are back to the 500 point, and I think they've really turned it on. But the issue is the content of the teams and the quality of the team is beating the Jets. Meanwhile, what the Ravens have been doing with Lamar Jackson can throw a ball too so well. No one talks about it. No one does. Why is that? Why is no one talking about that?
What do you expect?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He?
He doesn't get the respect he deserves.
I think Burrow is a better quarterback, and I think the Bengals are going to beat the Ravens because I think the Ravens have a weak secondary.
I ripped my hair out.
And the Bengals are... Yeah, be careful of that. The Bengals are going to beat the Ravens because of the weak secondary. I think Burrow's going to exploit that, and he's been getting better and better.
May I just point out...
Jesus, are you kidding me?
May I just point out that the Ravens' losses have come to the Bills and the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they lost by 4 points in a great comeback game. The Bills, they lost by 3 points. The Bills, to me, are one of the best teams in the NFL. I mean, the best team in the NFL. So, I think they just had a very tough schedule to start the year, and the Bengals, quite frankly, haven't. I'm going to go Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in this game.
What?
I'm going with the Ravens game.
What?
I'm going with the Ravens.
Oh, man, we got to do another show after this one because we're going against each other on a lot of picks. Was that the last pick?
No, we got one more. The Raiders at Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs. In Arrowhead, I'm going Chiefs. Chiefs are a lot better than people thought they would be. People are like, oh, the Chiefs, they lost Tyreek Hill. No, the Chiefs are great this year. They're still great. They're still going to do good.
Yeah, but the Raiders are really desperate. And you can see this.
Oh.
Before the show, I circled
This
Raiders.
isn't dating.
Derek Carr is going to have a big game. Have some water, which, jeez.
This
Get an
isn't
IV
dating.
in here.
Like, they're really desperate. Like, this isn't Tinder. You're not desperate like you are on Tinder for a girlfriend or boyfriend. This is the NFL. This is football. People tackling each other.
What a comparison. Okay.
It is a great comparison. I'm going to Kansas City Chiefs, and don't tell me you have the Raiders in this game.
I do. I have the Raiders. I honestly do.
Against Pat Mahomes.
I think
against the Chiefs' defense.
The Chiefs have shown some areas where they have some weakness. They're giving up some points this year.
They literally have one of the best defenses in the NFL. ESPN ranked them number 1 defense right now in the NFL.
You sure about that? Maybe I should have studied this one harder, huh?
The Chiefs have taken the ball from their opponents just 4 times.
Just 4 times?
Wait, actually,
well, that's
not bad. But they're doing a nice job at pressuring the quarterback. They converted each turnover into a touchdown.
Okay.
And also, by the way, to talk about the Ravens and how their secondary is bad, you know who the starter is? Kyle Hamilton, number 14 pick in the NFL draft. You know what happened? Kyle Hamilton had an awful 2 starts to his season in the NFL. It was a wake-up call for him. Hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL. And all of a sudden, he forces a fumble, and now he's playing like the dog that he was in college. So to me, I think that stat kind of reflects the inexperience they had, and the experience is happening and
usually
happening and
you don't
happening.
call somebody a dog when you're complimenting them, but whatever.
A dog? No, that's like a good word now. A dog. Like, you're a dog. You got that dog in you.
Oh,
like
really?
Zach Wilson sleeping with his mom's friends. He's got that dog in him.
No, that just means he's a dog. All right, whatever. We're not going to go through this.
He's got that dog in
You're
him.
coming up with some crazy comparisons tonight. This is great. So we got Jeff Saturday.
Daddy Zach! That's the real... By the way, the real king of New York right now, the real king of New York is not Aaron Judge. It's Zach Wilson. He's got that dog in him.
All right, enough.
I think Aaron Judge reclaimed the spot, though. He's a great guy.
He married his high school sweetheart, so...
What a guy. I mean, can
Poor
you
guy.
not... Every time you say something about Aaron Judge, I just like him a little more each time.
Okay. You like the fact that he married his high school sweetheart.
It's respectable. Anyways, continue.
But he's still on Tinder, they say. All right. I got to take you to the veterinarian. I mean, you sound awful.
By the way...
This is from playing that soccer game in that monsoon.
Yeah, I know.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Wall versus Rumson. Holy smokes, what a game.
Yeah, 4-3.
Double overtime.
Love to see it.
Hey, listen, you guys played great. 3-0 lead, though. Can't go into overtime.
All right, we're not talking about high school soccer on this podcast, are we really now? Are we really going that far?
I can't get over it. I can't get over it, but at least you guys won. Bo Pepe, man.
Great goal.
58-yard goal. Unbelievable soccer goal. You should put that clip up.
Yeah, put it up. It's a phenomenal goal. He's a phenomenal player.
All right.
And so he's had a foot.
Back to...
Great foot. Back to the Chiefs. All right, I don't even feel like talking about the Chiefs.
Well, who are they playing?
Hey, but we already talked about it. You said the Raiders are going to win.
I told you the Raiders are going to win.
You said the Raiders are going to win.
I mean,
that's the rest. Those were the 16.
All right, what's Jeff Saturday? Did he say anything about our show here, Chris?
Jeff Saturday had very kind words about the show. Let's cue what Jeff Saturday had to say.
Take it away, Jeff.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Jeff, for those kind words. Obviously, I already said thank you to him.
You ever see on
he's a good guy.
NFL films when him and Peyton Manning get into a fight on the bench?
Oh, and he starts yelling at him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Manning goes after him?
Cue the cut.
Hey, man, if I can ever help you in the future, reach out. Again, appreciate all the hard work, Chris, that you're doing. Obviously, Bill, what a great way to spend time with your son. So God bless you guys.
How cool is that?
Jeez,
how cool is that?
I like seeing those sideline clips.
And yeah, those guys are so close, you know? Mm-hmm. They'd be able to get into the...
I think on the field it's just a whole different. You're not friends anymore. You're teammates.
Oh, no. You know, they were yelling at each other, but...
Tough love.
You know, it didn't go too far. Mm-hmm. You know, they weren't like... They didn't have to be separated or anything like that.
What if it became personal?
Yeah, they were just, you know... Saturday was getting a little pissed off that they were running the ball too much or not running it enough. Not running it enough. And Peyton Manning loves to throw the ball. So that's who we got to get on next week. Peyton Manning. Give him a call, Chris. Come on.
Okay. Let me
Make
just call his number right now.
All right, we gotta end this.
You see his little nephew all of a sudden is committed to Texas, best quarterback in the country.
Archie?
Senior class.
Archie Manning?
Mm-hmm. You wonder though, is he that good, or does his name just help him a lot? Like obviously he's a really good player.
He's that good.
Right? You think so?
I think the whole family is just blessed with everything.
That'd be interesting if he can become a superstar too.
I mean, Eli was the dud of the family. He won 2 Super Bowls and was MVP twice, and he beat Tom Brady.
You know your family is legit when the dud won 2 Super Bowls.
That's not fair, though. Eli's actually a really funny
great guy. I mean, I love Eli. Eli.
You actually, you met Eli.
I did meet Eli, and I made him. Okay, let's stop the music. Let's talk about the time I made Eli Manning laugh. And keep the music on. I was like, it's too quiet in here. So all of a sudden, Eli Manning, it's like 2015, 2016 training camp. Eli Manning signing autographs for everybody.
Chris was like
scribbling. I'm about 9 years old, 10 years old.
9-year-old wise ass.
And like no one's laughing. He's just content face, typical Eli, face. And then all of a sudden,
the face where he looks like he has no brain.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he signs my stuff, and I say, everybody says your brother Peyton's better, but you got 2 rings before him. And then he laughed. And he
was cool.
He was chuckling, and
the truth is, Eli is one of the greatest sports heroes in our lives. I mean, for what he did on the biggest stage, 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady, honestly, one of them undefeated, and I was at the game.
The psychological aspect, if you're looking into the psychology and the mental side of the game, it's almost interesting because it's like Eli's so cool and calm under pressure.
Very cool.
Does he even? It comes to a point like, does he care?
I know. It was almost like he didn't realize the moment he was in. I mean, when they went against...
He didn't realize like how much pressure was on him.
Think about it. They beat the Patriots. Patriots for what? 19-0. Unbelievable.
I think that's a beautiful thing about Eli. That's crazy.
And he came back in the 4th quarter in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's great.
We love you, Eli. Oh, hold on. I got a phone call.
Alrighty. Well, that will be the end of the show, and we thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow on Instagram at @the.sportscourt, and we will see you next time.
What's up?